What is going on, Lake Pro Tackle fam? I hope you're having an incredible day today. Before we get this video started, got a few things that I want to talk to y'all about. I've talked about it before, but we're gonna go ahead and go over it right now. So guys, we are headed down to basically our first tackle show or our first tackle expo in Waco, Texas. A good buddy of mine, Dave Urabe, and his son and all of his partners have put together a really neat Central Texas fishing and hunting expo happening March 7th and 8th. That's this Saturday and Sunday. It's going to be in downtown Waco, Texas. There's gonna be a bunch of really cool vendors there, us included. We're gonna be packing a bunch of our rods, our reels, as well as some really hard to get tackle that I've set aside over the past couple months. We've got some Sakamata, some Judy fish, some Koiki, a bunch of really neat stuff, some respect colors. So guys, make sure to head down there if you're in Texas or just want to come in from wherever. Definitely check it out. It's a free event, guys. There's going to be a bunch of cool people there as well hanging out. Today's video, we're going to go ahead and talk about some really cool stuff that we just got in from BKK Hooks. So BKK really came on the scene here in the tackle shop about 2 years ago. Tim wanted to bring in a couple of their spear hooks, their Spear 71s, which are their EWG style hooks. And now we have expanded the lineup to the Spear 21s and the Hyperlatch series. And we're gonna be talking about kind of the hook's purposes as well as where do they fit when going on like a Vision 110 or a Karashi or something common like a DT bait or a 1.5. We're gonna be talking about all of those, kind of what I personally like for each bait when it comes to hook selection. So the three hooks that we have here in front of me, one of them we've had for a little bit, which is going to be the Hyperlatch 70, and this is a UL, so this is ultralight. So Hyperlatch 70 UL is going to be what this one is. It's gonna be their ultralight style hook. They also have another Hyperlatch series. This is the Hyperlatch 71. This is going to be the same Hyperlatch, just going to be a little bit bigger gauge wire, so a little bit more beefy. And then something new that we also got in, these are the Spear 21s, but these are going to be the BFS sizings. So we've got 10, 12, and even little itty bitty 14 treble hooks here. So we've got a bunch of cool stuff. We're gonna kind of talk about what goes on what and how I like to fish each one of these. So kicking it off, the Hyperlatch hooks are going to have this really deep bend curve, which really locks fish on. I recently just caught an 11-pounder on the ultra light, the 70s, the Hyperlatch 70s, ultra light ones on a Vision 110. Now, what I will start off with, my recommendation, if you don't want to add any external weight to your bait for a Vision 110, a Vision 110 plus one, or anything near this size hook, this Katsuage, very small hook, known for opening up a lot of the time. I know a lot of anglers complain about that. Megabass does sell their replacement trebles, and they call them a size 6. Now, when it comes to hook sizing, each company is a little bit different, whether it's Owner, Mustad, Gamakatsu, literally every single hook brand out there has really a different size for each size of hook. So for me, this hook on here is really between like a 6 and an 8, the standard Katsuage hook. Now, I really enjoy fishing lighter and lighter hooks, as thin as I can get to make hookup ratio really high. So when it comes to people that don't want to add external weight and don't want to play that game of adding and taking away weight, I highly just straight up recommend the size 8 Hyperlatch 71. Now this is going to be your go-to, sorry, this is a 10. This one right here. This is a size 8 Hyperlatch 71. This guy right here is like a 1-for-1 exchange. So the hook gauge on this Hyperlatch 71 and total weight is going to match very similar to the Katsuage on here. Now, I will say the gap between the shank and the point on this Katsuage here is slightly bigger. I'm talking like a few hook points of a bit bigger. So when it comes to hookup ratio, you might see a difference. I'm like 100% sure you're not gonna see a major difference in hookup ratio. And I think your landing ratio is gonna go up using these hooks right here. Now these are ultra strong. So when it comes to strength to wire size, These are, I feel like, best in class for a treble hook, guys. So the Hyperlatch 71SS for your Vision 110s, go with the size 8. If you're like me and you like extreme hook penetration, I would go with the size 8 ULs. Add on literally maybe a quarter of an ounce or a gram, quarter of a gram, whatever that is. I know we sell half gram weights, 1 gram weights, and 2 gram weights in the stick-on flat weight style ones, like a board weight. I use half of that. So half of a gram is what I use, or actually quarter of a gram, excuse me. It comes in a half gram, quarter of a gram. Let me kind of think this over again. Quarter of a gram added weight utilizing the ultralight, the 70 ULs in a size 8. Now, if you want something very similar without adding weight, go with the size 6. It's a much bigger hook. They don't tangle, which is really nice. The size 6 UL is going to be your 1-for-1 replacement. So again, for your Vision 110, your Vision 110 +1 style bait, you're gonna go with a size 8 standard or a size 6 ultralight. Those are gonna be my top choices. Now, when it comes to common baits like a crankbait, let's just take a 1.5, for example. This is a Lucky Craft. Strike King has one, Sixth Sense has one. Everyone has a 1.5 style square bill. Now, when it comes to your hook choice, again, you can go with the spears, you can go with an EWG style hook for the purpose of just keeping everything pretty in line, guys. I really like to use a little bit bigger hook if I can. The Hyperlatch series in the ULs comes in a size 5. This is going to be a great size, kind of 1-for-1. You're not going to add really any weight. You're going to decrease the weight by a little bit while getting actually a little bit bigger hook. So it should be a little better hookup ratio. And then if you want to go with an ultra strong hook, guys, I would go with the size 6 in the standard Hyperlatch. Again, the Hyperlatch 71. This is going to be a great hookup ratio. This is going to give you just really overall great control of that fish. And ultra strong, guys. I have literally bent out one point, and that's because I got my crankbait stuck in a rock, and I was just popping that sucker, and that hook point rolled over a little bit. But that's gonna happen from time to time. Every hook brand, literally anyone, you can name any hook company, and they will have the same issue as well. Moving along to a BFS topwater here. This is going to be the Karashi from Megabass. Very notable though, ultra light hooks. What we typically recommend for most of y'all is replacing it with a size 10. This is going to be the Spear 21, Spear 21 in a size 10. That is going to replace that little Karashi right there. Now, what's really neat about these is it literally doesn't change anything. This does have an SS coat, which is going to be the super slide coat, which makes hookup ratio very good. This is going to be slightly bigger. If you want literally the 1-for-1, we do have the size 12, which is going to be just a little bit smaller. It is going to be a little bit actually smaller than the one that comes on the Karashi. So whether you want a little slightly bigger hook or a little slightly smaller hook, either go with the 12 or the 10. That is going to give you the best result, not changing any of the weighting, which is really nice. Other common baits that I like to throw, like a DT12, I really like to go with the standard size 6. This is going to still give me a great hookup ratio, very good. You can go bigger if you want, actually. The ones that come on here are probably closer to like a 4, but the 6s, again, ultra strong with that little deep curve in the bottom there. It keeps those fish locked on. Perhaps something like a DT6, a little bit smaller crankbait. I really enjoy throwing the Hyperlatch 8s, actually, the ultralights, or you can go with the standard ones in a size 8 here as well. It's going to give you just supreme control over the fish, as well as minimizing the amount of snags, utilizing a little bit smaller hook, which is really nice. And most of the time, if they're eating the crankbait well, they're getting it all the way in their mouth. You don't have to worry about having a really big hook to get that fish hooked. So really neat stuff, guys, from BKK here. Again, the Hyperlatch series, the 70 and 71, and then the Spears. that I just threw across the floor there, the Spear 21s, in these little BFS sizes. So really cool stuff. If you have any questions on figuring out what bait should go where or what hook should go with what bait, make sure to leave a comment down below. I'll try to get to as many as we can, and definitely check these out. Really cool stuff again from BKK. They're really up in their game here lately when it comes to really cool stuff they're bringing out, and it works too, which is really nice. We do have some ETAs on the brand new international jig heads that just came out. They're going to be that hyperlatch hook. They have a tungsten version here in the US, but guys, trust me, with the price of tungsten, go with the lead version. You're not losing out on anything. If you know how radar works and radar pinging, you might get a little bit brighter return with tungsten, but honestly, that size difference makes all the difference when it comes to forward-facing sonar. Whether it's dense or not, guys, a bigger body in the water is going to give you a bigger return. And trust me, most of the time, if you're not crappie fishing and you're bass fishing, your minnow is going to be much bigger than that head anyway. So really, really neat stuff coming out from BKK. Make sure to check them out on social media, as well as follow us at Lake Pro Tackle. And we'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, guys.